Alright, the next quest is Hello World. And this one, if you are not... I'm not a programmer, but I learned just enough, I think it was Python? Like literally just enough Python, I think it was Python, to get the Hello World. That's just it's a funny way of, I guess, how they train up and coming, like brand new coders. It gets the program that reads your code to output hello world as your first like line of code, just to kind of give you an introduction. Anyway, hello world is the level title of this quest. It is level 90, given to us by Grahatia, and we are in like the farthest northeast portion next to the tree of life in Ultima Thule. Here we go. We should return to the outpost now. The others will wish to hear about the errant Omicron. Is that, yeah, that's close enough. 100 gil to teleport. Teleport. What is this purple thing? Oh, it's an escort. I think that's an escort. So once again, like, it looks like... Can I just go this way? Oh, I can. I went all the way around for no reason last time. It's funny. Alright, let's talk to Alice A to continue here. Graha says you found a suspicious Omicron. That's good because the units here were of no help. They all had the same thing to say about the extended operations unit, that there's no way to arrange a direct meeting. Still, that served to prove that it's business as usual at the outpost. But enough about us. Tell me you learned something more useful. And I go into it. Cutscene. Actually, hold on. An Omicron trying to make sense of the meaning of life. None of the others were even a fraction as philosophical. This unit may well be in a position of leadership, perhaps even one of those that comprise Sir. As we know, the Omicrons invade other stars and enhance themselves using the spoils of conquest. Bear with me while I do this thing. When I do the things that I wanna do, I ain't got a thing to prove to you. I ain't gotta wear the clothes that you like. I don't give a about what you think. Okay. With the technology at their disposal, they should be able to alter their bodies, be it in part or in whole. Setting aside the question of motive, if Sir, for example, wished to have an ordinary Omicron's body, I see no reason why it would not be possible. Yeah, but... Graha says, the problem is how to go about ascertaining if that's what happened. When I attempted to probe further, it promptly ended the conversation. If it is indeed Sir, I doubt it would willingly reveal its true identity. That wasn't my theory at all, that this errant Omicron was Sir. It seemed to have a bit too much just chaos, just... I have an idea. This is Alice. We use lightning on the console again, but we make it stronger, much stronger. At that moment, should the unit exhibit a reaction, that could suggest that it has a connection to Sir. An inspired idea, I dare say it is worth a try. I had a feeling you'd be on board. This time, you must allow me to do the honors. Red mages, yo. I'll send guard in case your incantation draws sentries to the scene, says Alphino. I try to make Graha's voice a little deeper and more free, while Alphino is pretty tight and lighter. For my part, then, I will approach our suspect and divert its attention. During which time, Mercy, I want you to observe it closely for anomalous behavior. I should mention that, shortly before you returned, an Omicron appeared from the same direction. Rather than entering the outpost, however, it headed off towards the console. At first I assumed it was a unit on patrol, but perhaps... Graha nods. That could only be our errant Omicron. We must seek it out and begin our operations once. All right, Alphino and I will stand by at the console, and when it's time, I'll unleash a veritable storm. The twins nod, and they go jogging off. Jog off. I'm sorry to my British listeners, which are probably zero. This will work, I'm sure of it. After all, our comrades are watching over us. Come, my friend, let us find this doubt-plagued Omicron. Doubt. That's how you pronounce doubt if you're pronouncing all of the letters in the word. I'm gonna follow the map because it's just a little bit easier, pleasing. It's a little bit more pleasing to the eyes. Heading to the east and then south and then west. Graha is talking to M017. You are the one that was observing the tree, are you not? Full glad am I to find you again. I have a question for you, you see, about the device which sustains the tree. Provided it does not necessitate the disclosure of restricted information, very well. Graha has begun distracting the Omicron. Soon Alice will strike the console with lightning. Observe M017 closely for anomalous behavior. After Alice has cast her spell, move the camera, blah blah. Oh! He did get a little shocky in his left knee. Now in his head. Did I not click the first one? Really? So this guy is Sir? That wasn't anywhere near my suspicions. I pointed out. The Omicron reacts shocked. An anomaly, you say? Performing diagnostic. Error confirmed. My connection to Central Command is suffering from intermittent failures. I must leave at once and present myself for maintenance at the nearest facility. You will excuse me. Graha shakes his head. What you need, my friend, isn't maintenance. It is to confront the truth. While we spoke, our comrade struck the console used to communicate with Sir. That is the cause of your anomaly. You are connected to Sir, aren't you? Nothing so far. Just a stare down. Cocks his head. Very human gesture. Affirmative. To what end you sought to assert this fact, I do not know, but before we speak further, we must move away from the other units. I do not wish for them to know my true identity. Very well, our friends are at the console. Let us head there. The M017 nods. What could M017 be? Moit? M01T? M0IT? Moit? Should I do that to everybody? I was like, why are you saying Moit all of a sudden? Because I can. It's my channel and I make dumb decisions all the time. Moit. Nah. I'm just call him Sir from now on. Cutscene. Moit. Stupid.
As you have surmised, I am part of the shared intelligence of Stigma 1. It was, my charge to determine the optimal path to achieving our prime function.
That one was hard to understand. Was my charge to determine the optimal path to achieving our prime function.
This body had been abandoned by its former owner and lay unused.
Gosh, this body had been abandoned by its former owner and lay unused. I got like 60% of that one.
I took it and abandoned my own.
I took it in.
With it, my duty.
I took it and abandoned my own, and with it my duty.
May we ask why you did this? From what we gather, it seems to be a personal matter.
Our kind did not always look as we do now. Long ago, we possessed frail and feeble bodies.
Our kind did not always look as we do now. Long ago, we possessed frail and feeble bodies. Yeah, machines don't evolve from nothing. You know what? There might be a planet somewhere where quote-unquote life is... it's too deep right now.
Beleaguered by stronger races, our ancestors took to augmenting their flesh in order to defend themselves.
Beleaguered by stronger races, our ancestors took to augmenting their flesh in order to defend themselves.
What began with limited parts eventually spread to the whole body, and at last, a means was discovered to convert the mind into data, rendering even the brain obsolete.
What began with limited parts eventually spread to the whole body, and at last a means was discovered to convert the mind into data, rendering even the brain obsolete. So basically like an... what's it called? Millennium Man? There's a movie with Robin Williams where he started as a cyborg robot thing and eventually replaced parts after part after part to become human. So this is the reverse. Kind of what we're doing.
Such complete mechanical beings were called the Omicrons, and by their might, we came to reign supreme over the star.
That's what some people in the world now, our world, think that we're slowly doing to ourselves. Because we'll probably have optical implants to boost bone strength, repair limbs, replace things that are damaged or broken, just eventually, slowly, more and more added to our bodies because, oh, what, you're playing D1 football but you don't have artificial legs? You're never going to make it to the professional. Like, you know, that kind of stupid stuff, but we'll see. Such complete mechanical beings were called the Omicrons, and by their might we came to reign supreme over the star.
But even then, we did not feel secure. For we knew that the universe was home to civilizations aside from our own. Civilizations that may be stronger still than us.
Civilizations that may be stronger still than us. The rest was pretty understandable.
Rather than risk becoming the subjugated, we chose to become the subjugator. We began our conquest of the stars, that we might acquire the resources and knowledge we needed to reign supreme.
That was pretty good. The first word is rather than risk becoming the subjugated.
We were successful in that endeavor. So powerful did we become, we could lay low even the mighty dragons. But then something unexpected happened. I began experiencing an error. I could no longer determine an optimal path.
Optimal path.
You were malfunctioning.
Well, or like, no, they defeated theoretically the mightiest beings in the known universe. So like, what else is there? What do you do next? What's the purpose anymore?
I performed numerous full system scans, each time finding no issues. Yet the error persisted.
I performed numerous full system scans, each time finding no issues, yet the error persisted.
It was then that I speculated. What could happen if we grew so powerful as to have no equal?
Yep.
To become stronger was essential to our existence. Our every action has been in service to this objective.
To become stronger was essential to our existence. Our every action has been in service to this objective.
But if nothing lies beyond this, can it be truly said that it was essential?
Can it be truly said that it was essential?
Have we been engaging only in wanton destruction?
Yes. Mostly. Yes. Yeah, your quest to your objective to have no other races or beings be able to subjugate you. Yeah. Obviously you don't want to be subjugated. Makes total sense. But you could have done it in a defensive manner. You could have studied the dragons, found out what their powers were, and then made sure that if the dragons ever decided to attack your race, your world, they would have no chance. You don't have to go out and actually destroy the dragons. You were overzealous there. You went way above and beyond in a bad way.
You could find no threat to justify your purpose.
The Omicrons will never leave this star. They will stand by until their reserves of energy is spent. For I have no path to offer them. None.
So I think in this case, we are going to have to show the Omicrons that, hey, we can kick their butts if we need to. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
It is not our place to pass judgment on the deeds of the Omicrons. But surely, this does not have to spell the end of your people. With your power and knowledge, the possibilities are endless. Why not seek out a new purpose?
Yeah, good point.
That is impossible.
It's not impossible. You could be peacemakers. You could be, well, I mean, that could also be a bad thing. Like well, I mean, if you're, let's say the Omicrons looked at Earth as it is now, and they only intervened in the most dire moments. Like, say if nuclear war was about to start. Like, they see the launch of a nuke, and they just pluck it away and toss it into space and render that nuke useless. As long as they only ever intervene in, like, with the whole Russia-Ukraine thing, geopolitics aside, well, I mean, yeah, that's a little bit of a tricky thing. When it comes to geopolitics and religions versus religions and hundreds of years of history of conflict and yeah, but they could stop nuclear apocalypse. That would be a very good function, especially for Earth. But it could be peacekeepers in that way. But like again, very non-interventional until it was really a big deal. I don't like. Nobody thinks Russia should have invaded Ukraine, but Ukraine did shit that Russia was like, hey, don't do this because it kind of we don't want NATO at our borders. Is kind of one of the big things. And so like, should the Omicrons in that case have prevented NATO, or like prevented Ukraine from joining NATO? Would there even be a need for NATO if the Omicrons were there to prevent all wars and to facilitate? Like, hey, if the Omicrons on Earth said, sorry, dude, no fighting whatsoever, no killing each other, which could also include gang wars, gang gunfights, but also just anything, anywhere they see a group with guns or other weapons approaching another group if we had robots on Earth that prevented all violence except for like, sports, boxing, MMA, martial arts, whatever. I wonder if that would it would make it so that violence wasn't an option, but obviously you could also theoretically hide a nuke And you could enact violence so quickly that robots don't have a chance to be there to respond, because you're not going to have so many robots that they're everywhere all at once, you know. So, huh?
In the beginning, we had a higher purpose than our pursuit of power, but we lost sight of it when we so irrevocably altered our fundamental forms.
But we lost sight of it when we so irrevocably altered our fundamental forms.
When we cast aside our flesh, so too did we cast aside all that defined us.
All that defined us.
Nothing remains of who we once were. I have no aspirations. No longer can I dream. The vital spark is lost.
I have no aspirations. No longer can I dream. The vital spark is lost.
Lost amidst circuitry and code and commands.
Lost amidst circuitry and code and commands. You can have a new command.
Oh,
Graha is thinking.
I believe I know how to overcome this despair. The words are ready in my mind, but ere I speak them,
He pumps himself up. Looks to me.
I want you to make me a promise. Be it across time or space, our promises have always connected us. And so I ask that you indulge me once more, that this won't be the end.
I look down to the left, close my eyes. My options are, you say it, I'll do it. That choked me up for a second. Or I can't, not again. You say it, I'll do it.
Is that so? In that case, I won't hold back. First, I want to visit Ishgard with you, properly. We scarcely had time to look around last time. I should like it very much if you could show me the sights. Next, you must regale me with your greatest adventures, in the places where you lived them, if possible. I may have read about all your deeds, but there is no substitute for a first-hand account. And last but not least, a new adventure together, unlike any we've experienced before.
Dawn
We'll travel the lands, cross the seas, and take to the skies upon the eternal wind, and it will be marvelous. It will.
I'll have to get Aether Currents with you? Ugh, those are boring. Just kidding. But it takes me a second, but I fist bump him. Is that the first fist bump in this entire game?
If you would humor me a moment. When we awaken each morning, how can we prove that we're the same individual who retired the night before? Through the remembrance of past events, we might say. We have our memories, yet there are times when we forget or recall incorrectly. What of our bodies, then? It is the same one, we might say, yet technically speaking, as living beings, our bodies are constantly changing. It will never be as it was at an earlier point in time. Our souls are no more immutable. On our star, people are known to inherit the souls of others, yet they are decidedly different beings. For my part, I've subjected my totality to much and more. I've made my body into an extension of a tower, blended my soul and memories with those of another self. And each time I would ask myself, what is it that makes me, me?
Were you able to determine an answer?
Were you able to determine an answer? He shakes his head no.
No. But that doesn't mean I'm confused. It simply means I'm the same as everyone else. So I posit this. Who we were need not prescribe what we now hold in our hearts.
He's walking towards M017.
Whatever came before, what matters most is the present. For me, that is being here with my friends, full proud of how much we've grown together. So I urge you to not give up. Heed your heart's desire and hope that the future you long for shall be realized.
I cannot. We cannot. We cannot understand desire, nor comprehend hope. We do not know how to create such things.
We cannot understand desire nor comprehend hope. We do not know how to create such things.
We are not unlike, you and I. I too have struggled to find the courage to express and embrace my wants. If you like, I will tell you a tale. A tale of a world on the brink, of a people who never gave up on the future. Of a man who realized his grandest dreams and then awakened to a grander reality.
He reaches out a hand. The M017 starts to become black smoke, and then a raven, a black raven again, and then Graha is enveloped. Graha! Alice shouts. I mean, you gotta be used to it by now. He looks back to her, is swirled up, and vanishes like the others have. I grit my teeth. Once again, unhappy that we have to go through this again. And then that big metallic eye seems to absorb Graha's energy. And now that like blue crystal that was kind of part of the crystalline tower, part of Graha for a long time during that expansion, it's grown in a lot of pathways, as if Graha's like absorbing all of the.
You idiot! Just once, stay with us to the end.
Yeah, so a lot of the areas that were just electronics, mechanical, now have that blue crystalline tower crystal like running along them as if he's controlling-ish these things, or a part of them now. They'll leave so easily, as if it's nothing. How do they think we feel? The next time we meet, I'll give him such a flick, and that'll be just a start. Hello World is complete. We'll let the song go for a little bit. Okay, that's enough. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you for the next one very shortly. Bye bye for now. Oh wait, complete. Okay, now bye bye for now.